we ever after. Did a whole half of a lime because I was like, well, I really like lime. And then I was like, it can never be too much. And then I took a sip and I was like, it's close. It's close to being too much.
I think I left you on red. Granted, it was only for like 12 hours, but when we talk 20 times every hour, it was extra hard. I know, right?
We're trying to keep it authentic for you guys. Do you want to poke your head in? Say hi.
Hi, Cass.
That's my fiance.
Welcome back, guys.
Hey, guys. Welcome to Hermione Would Approve. Did you miss us?
I missed them.
I missed you guys.
I missed all y'all.
I feel like we've been gone so much because I haven't even been on like social media because
You haven't even been
so
in the
busy.
United States.
I have not even been in the country. I did the math, and in the month of June, I was home for 10 days, and they were not consecutive days. So if you miss me, it's because I've been jet setting.
Iconic. We need this it's gonna be book clubby style because we'll be talking about like 3 specific fics. Okay, y'all don't be tussling now because there's gonna be a lot of spoilers. Okay, like everything will be spoiled.
Well, okay, so I was going to put in the show notes the timestamps of like when we talk about each fic. So that if you haven't read the fic and you don't want spoilers, you can just skip through it.
You can skip ahead.
But if you have read the fic or if you don't care about spoilers, then you can just listen through it. But we're going to talk about 3 today, and we'll name them as we go so you can see. But yeah, if it gets to 1 and you're like, I haven't read this, I don't want you guys to spoil it for me, just skip ahead. We're not going to spoil the whole thing, but we're going to be talking specifically about certain parts of the fics. So I think it's like destined for there to be spoilers. So definitely skip ahead if you don't want to know what
There will be all the spoilers. That'll be helpful.
Do you want to tell them what the theme is this month?
Yes. Okay, guys. It is all about happily ever afters and epilogues.
Happily
ever after. Exactly. I also think I loved Enchanted growing up, so I think about the song in Enchanted. I was like, ever after.
I love that song. I love that movie.
So cute.
That's one of my dad's favorite movies.
That's so cute. That's really funny. I'm like, everybody's serotonin is going to be boosted after this episode.
Oh, I know. You guys, we're doing a pure fluff episode basically right now. Like, you should be so proud of us.
Yes.
My shirt of the day says Happily Ever After. So cute. So cute. Do you want to tell them why we're doing Happily Ever Afters?
I don't know. Do you have any new jewelry you want to show us, Millie?
I might have some new jewelry. Oh, it's crooked. I might have some new jewelry. Here I am. Also, my cup says bride, so that's a fun. Oh wait, you can't see. There we go. It's
so
like
cute.
a white, but it's like, what do you call that? I'm trying to think of what you call this kind of shiny. It's like
chrome.
It kind of, yeah. Anyway,
that's
it's
so
little
cute.
and cute, and I love her. But yeah, I'm engaged.
I'm so excited for you.
Right. So, like we were just saying, I have been freaking jet setting. So I was gone for the entire month of June. I went to Disney. I went on a cruise. I did all the things, and then Cass and I went to Europe, and we spent a few days in London and some days in Paris, and it was really beautiful and so much fun. And the first full day that we were in Paris, she proposed to me, and
I'm so glad she did it at the beginning.
Me too, because then the whole time I could take pictures of my ring and be like, everywhere we went. There's pictures of me at like every monument in Paris being like,
as you should.
Yeah. But so the day we got to Paris, we met up with some friends, and she freaking told them while I was there that, like,
and then they told me.
Right, yeah, so I had no idea, but literally everyone else knew. My parents knew, all my friends knew, and
so the rest of the world knew.
I had no idea. Yeah, I was so just, the morning of, I was really, really shocked because I was not in a bad mood, but I was just in a, like, it was 9 a.m. and it was already so hot. And let me set the scene for you, okay? So my cousin was there. My cousin's a photographer. And her and my cousin had been, like, plotting, right? And so they told us we had, like, a 9:30 slot to go to the Louvre. So I was like, cool, we need to be there by 9:30. So we get dressed, whatever. And we're going and we're walking, and it's already so freaking hot. And our hotel was right by the Louvre, so it's not like we had to walk very far. But then she's like, let's walk through the gardens. And I'm like, okay.
Don't we have an appointment at
I'm
the
like, guys,
Louvre?
we're
Like,
kind of fucking running late. And I took too long to get ready. And
of
then,
course.
like, everybody wanted to eat breakfast or whatever. So it was already my fault that we're late. So I'm like, guys, no, we need to go. Like, I took too long. We need to go. We're going to miss our slot. Like, we need to go. And then we're walking through the gardens. And the gardens of the Louvre are beautiful, but the ground is made of it's not, it's like not exactly gravel. It's like a really soft gravel.
Okay.
I don't know what to call it. There's something similar in Texas called caliche. I don't know if you guys have that there, but it wasn't caliche, but it was similar to that. Anyway,
Okay.
so we're walking and we're walking and we're walking and we're walking, and the gravel is getting in my shoes, and I'm wearing like flats, and they're really comfortable, but they have straps across the top of my foot, and so it keeps rubbing with the gravel. So I'm getting irritated, and then I'm starting to get sweaty, and then Cass keeps being like, "Let's stop and take pictures," and I'm like, we need to go. We're going to be late, my love. Like, we need to go. I'm stressed. I'm like, we're going to miss our appointment at the Louvre. We're not going to get to go in there. It's hot. It's so hot. Okay. And typically I'm not typically like, I love the heat. Mind you, okay, when I say it's hot, we were there during the heat wave. It was like 100 degrees Fahrenheit. Like, it was very, very,
like
very
record
hot.
levels.
At 9:30 in the morning. And mad that I'm hot, but something that kills me, the thing that overstimulates me more than anything in the entire world, is when my eyebrows start sweating. I don't like my face to be wet at all. So when my eyebrows get sweaty, I like start to crash out a little bit. So we're walking and we're walking and we're walking, and I'm like, oh, my eyebrows are sweating. And I say that out loud. And Cass is like, oh, shit. Like, we got to do this now. Like, it's about to be over. Between the gravel in my shoes and my eyebrows sweating, I was like 2 seconds away from a meltdown.
Overstimulated. Yeah.
And she was like, okay. She was like, let's just take one more picture. And I'm like, okay, fine. So I like hand my other cousin my bag. And we're taking pictures, and then she kneels down and she proposes. And I was like, what the first words out of my mouth were, what the fuck? Like, what? And I've been a little brat. Like, guys, it's my fault we're late. We don't have time for this. We need to get inside, because if we miss
Meanwhile, they're
this,
trying to make it so romantic.
I know. If we miss this time slot, guys, then it's my fault, and I'm going to feel bad about it. So we need to keep moving, right? Like, this is on me right now. And then we did not have a 9:30 time slot at the Louvre at all. It was just a ruse to get me out there in the morning where there was less people and it was less hot and I wasn't overstimulated. Our appointment at the Louvre was not till like 1:30 in the afternoon. So we left.
That's so clever, though.
Yeah, no, they were really smart about that. I had no idea. They put it on the itinerary. I was like, no, we have to be at the Louvre at 9:30. It's on the itinerary. And she showed me afterwards she had like a separate itinerary. I was like, I had so much FOMO. Finding out afterwards that all of my friends knew made me have the world's worst FOMO. I was like, you guys have been talking about this for months? For months you guys have all known?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe.
Anyway,
no.
it was beautiful, and it was very romantic, and she said some very sweet things, and the pictures are really cute, and I have a ring on my finger.
So sweet. That's so sweet. I don't remember what Mr. Madeline said.
I don't remember what she said. I just remember being very emotional about it. And that the first words out of my mouth were, what the fuck? Which is not maybe what you want to hear, but I was just so shocked. I was like,
it's still funny, though.
What? It is funny.
Mr. Madeline we were in Yellowstone National Park, which is like his favorite place in the entire world. And it was my first trip there. And we like went off to the side, kind of like off a trail where like less tourists were. And he did it, and I had like a full on I full on was like had like I was spazzing out and like freaking out, and I knocked it out of his hand and it went into the mud.
That's so funny.
But we're all good now. I'm like, who has a normal engagement story? I think I love hearing them because they're all so funny and creative.
I know.
It's so silly, but she did so good.
She did so good. Also, got me wearing my favorite dress, and I like wasn't even thinking about it because that morning I was running late. We woke up late, so I was like, what should I wear? Like, I have these 3 options, and she for the next 3 days, and she was like, well, I don't know, like, wear whatever you want to wear. And I was like, well, which day are we gonna take the most pictures in? Because I want. I was like, I want to wear this dress when we take the most pictures. And she was like, well, we're gonna go to the Eiffel Tower tonight, so wear that one today. And I was like, okay, sure. No thought, head empty. I was just trying to get ready because I thought I was about to make everyone late.
That's so cute.
Yeah, really very cute.
That's so sweet. And now I can't feel because if she a
Yeah.
fiance, she's in her bridal era.
She in her bridal era. I'm already so like, there's just so much to think about, and people keep
Yeah.
asking me questions, and I'm like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know how to throw a wedding. I've never done this before. I don't know if you're aware, but it's kind of my first time.
Give her
And
2
the
weeks,
thing is,
guys.
like, we were still in France for like basically 5 more days. So I like, I didn't have time to think about any of it. I was like, I
I
don't
was on
know, guys.
vacay.
I'm in a different country. Hold on. Almost immediately people like were like, so what's the date? And I was like, I'm in France. I don't know. Time isn't real right now, guys. Please.
That's fair.
Anyway,
That's
but I'm
fair.
very excited, and I am really excited about the wedding planning. I just already know it's going to be so much work.
I think that's so cute though, because like you get to do the registry, or if you want to do
Mhm.
batch parties, or
Yeah.
if you want to, those cutesy
I know. I'm
things.
so excited. It's going to be so much fun.
And you get to be with your person in
I
like a
know.
different way, which is so
Yeah.
cute.
Oh my gosh, I
You
cried. I had a
you
I
get
had
to
a
pull a my wife trope.
I had a meltdown the other day, sobbing because I
Why?
saw a TikTok that said, like, just so you know, you're like the best girlfriend, blah, 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 whatever, blah, blah, and started sobbing. And poor Cass is like, what's wrong? And I was like, you're not my girlfriend anymore. Like, I can't send you this TikTok because you're not my girlfriend anymore. I was like, I love you and I'm so happy you're my fiance. But I didn't know that we were not going to be, like, I didn't take in those last few minutes as your girlfriend because I didn't think about the fact I didn't know I was never going to be your girlfriend again.
Wait.
Anyway, so I cried a lot about that. And she was like, I could still be your girlfriend and your fiance. And I was like, no,
She
you're
said
just,
you actually have permission.
you're
You
just
have
my fiance.
permission.
Thank you. Actually, no, you're just don't call me your girlfriend ever. Actually,
Ever.
hold on. No.
My fiance.
Anyway, so that's fun. I get to milk
I
that for the
love that
next
so
year and a
much.
half and be
And
in
what
the
a
bridal
great
era.
story. What a great story.
I know. It was just
Like, I'm trying not to cry like I did last episode. It is really hard because I just love love.
I know. And she's so perfect. I love her so much.
Mm.
Okay,
Girl,
so
I got to tell you about this drink because
please,
it's just staring at me.
please tell me
And
me
my
about your
brain
drink.
was like, you
What are
can't
you
have it
drinking?
yet till you tell. Okay,
Tell
okay.
me.
So we leave for a family trip in Oregon next week, and so I have a lot of packing and cleaning to do. So I got a cold brew, but also it's like rainy, lazy Sunday vibes, So I also needed a little afternoon pick me up, and
I love that you said that, and it's very much a Saturday.
it is. Oh Lord. See, that's what happens when you be
That's why you need the
on.
cold brew.
That's why I need the cold brew, and that's why I'm like those teachers that lose their mind without a schedule, low key.
Yeah, that's how Cass
Oh
is right
my
now.
word. Cassie probably thinks it's Tuesday.
Yeah, she has no
And
idea.
you know what? No idea. I'm like, what time is it? What day is it? All the things.
So, here's my drink.
What are
Inside of
you
this
drinking,
cup,
baby girl?
what am I drinking? I am drinking a coconut Dr. Pepper with Malibu and lime because I don't know. I haven't had like a drink on this yet, and I feel like you guys are missing out.
I feel like they are
I've also
too.
already drank like half of this, so maybe I'll
As
refill
you
and then we can just like
should.
keep going and we'll see. It'll be Millie's first drunk podcast.
Yeah.
This is so much fun. I love it.
Oh my gosh. What are y'all drinking while I'm putting on my... Y'all tell me what y'all
chat.
drinking.
You know the rules. You can't tune in without a little drinky drink. So comment
So
what you're
come
drinking.
on, go
We need
on
to
now.
know.
This is a treat. Hermione would want you.
Hermione would want you to have a little drinky drink.
Yes. I read a fic one time where I'm trying to remember what it is. Someone will probably tell us. But I read one and it was like a 8-peer type vibe. And homegirl was bringing like Baileys and like Red Bull and like craziness to Hogwarts. And everybody was like, this is nice. And I was like, I love that for her. I'm probably confusing a couple of different ones, but that's a new trope I like.
I think about that sometimes because there's like 2 choices of alcohol in the wizarding world. And they both sound gross. And I just feel like the Muggle-borns would be like, yeah, I'm bringing good alcohol with me because this shit's gross.
You need to tell them, what's that drink in the UK that you was drinking, the orange one?
Brew! I finished,
So
listen,
good.
I was going to send it in the Discord earlier. I finished the last one that I brought home with me today, and I was so sad about it. I don't know where I'm going to get more. Okay, anyway. So, like we said, we're going to do 3 fics today and kind of deep dive into the happily ever after of them. And so, all the romance and all the wedding things and all the proposals. And it's going to be so beautiful and so fun. And so, do you want to tell everybody what the first fic we're going to talk about today is?
We're going to be doing A Marriage of Inconvenience by Before the Real Book.
You know, Maddie, you know how excited she was about this. When I suggested this one, she was thrilled.
Y'all, one time in like 2023 or something, on one of the Facebook pages, she replied to me when I was like wrecking it, and she was like, "Thanks for wrecking it." And I was like, anyway, and I still think about it. I'm a loyalist with her for sure.
I love that for you.
But yeah, this is probably one of my favorite marriage laws because in our 3 fics we're going to be talking about, they're going to be a different type of wedding, engagement, HEA, epilogue, and marriage of convenience. That's our little marriage law that we'll be talking about first.
I like that we chose this one instead of doing something for marriage law that's like darker.
Yeah.
Because we're really trying to keep the vibes up right now, and I feel like
Keep the vibes up.
I also feel like I don't read a lot of marriage law that is like super like uplifting isn't the right word, but like lighter. Like there's some serious themes in this, obviously, but it's more like happy.
Yes,
you know,
it's
like
a little more.
They don't despise each other like they do in some things. Like sometimes you're like, I can't see how they're ever gonna end up together. But from the beginning of this one, you're like, okay, all right, I see what's happening here. You know?
No, literally. I also think this one is very creative in the sense of like they both have crushes on each other, but it's very no one's admitting the crushes, that kind of thing. But also when you start this fic, you're like jumped right into the action of like there's a marriage law. Both Draco and Hermione are literally like runaway brides and groom. From there, I think that is just the funniest way to start the fics.
It's so rom-com. Like from the very beginning, you're immediately roped into it, and you're like, "This is an early 2000s rom-com." Immediately off the bat.
Literally, and also this fic is so crazy on the character developments. Like I feel like in the beginning of the fic, we really do not like, at least Maddie, I don't like Harry. I don't like Molly Weasley. I don't like Lucius.
No, everybody sucks at the beginning. You're like, God damn, they're the only 2 in the whole book I like. Like, what the hell?
Like, y'all are the worst. Y'all are the even like, and then I'm like, and then when they deny and like run away from who this marriage law is, and I love in fics. This is my favorite. I love when it's like Ministry of Magic bashing and like Dumbledore bashing because those are like the worst villains in the story to me.
I also love the idea of giving them a common enemy from the very beginning.
Yes.
Because like immediately Hermione's like, fuck the Ministry. And Draco's like, you know what? Yeah, fuck the Ministry. Immediately.
And then it's really quick because she's like a lobbyist, like kind of I might be misremembering, but basically like she works like kind of in the government, right? And so then like because she's like run away and refusing, like she gets like imprisoned and she's thrown in Azkaban, and you spend like 10 chapters and it's just like they're meeting up. He's visiting her in Azkaban and she is like going through it. And like,
can I pause you for a second? Because I feel like we desperately need to talk about the fact
let's do it.
We need to talk about. Sorry, I'm tipsy. We need to talk about we need to talk about the Astoria Greengrass of it all because this man hates her so badly,
so much
that he is willing to let the Ministry marry him off to literally anybody else. He says multiple times in the very beginning of this fic that literally anybody else would be better. He said, I don't care if they're ugly. I don't care if their personality sucks. They would still be better than Astoria.
Yes, and he can't stand her mama either. Which I think is so funny. So funny.
Yeah. He's like, I could tolerate Daphne, but Astoria fucking sucks.
The worst. And he's so in the way I feel like in this fic too, people really like Draco is often like misunderstood by people in this fic. Like people are like, he's just like a little rich boy, he don't know nothing, like he's gonna do what he's told, that kind of thing. And he's actually like, and then when there's the plot to like get Hermione out of Azkaban, everybody's like, whoa, this is actually like genius. And he's playing like a double triple agent, and you're like, what in the world? How did this get into like this was a rom-com? Now it's like political, like, spy type of thing.
Mhm.
And then I really like once, like, the big old like, the heist kind of trick that they play to, like, get her out of Azkaban, but, like, legally, you know? And then it kind of flips and turns into, like almost like if you've read, like, 10 Out of 10 by Morgan Mercy, where it turns into, like, "Okay, we have this, like, 90-day time crunch
Mhm.
to where we gotta get together and do grown-up activities." Consummate that marriage, and but it's like, let's do, like, little things, let's get a little bit more comfortable with each other, like, there kinda thing, and it turns into, like, because they were already friends at this point,
Mhm.
so now they're friends with a crush, and now the crush is developing, and it's really freaking cute. And then at the same time, this fic has, like, kinda like the curvy Hermione representation that I think is really cute. Not cute why it has to exist, but cute in the sense of, like, he's really helping her with her, like, body image issues that she has and insecurities, and helps her grow her confidence, and then she is, like she's such a baddie. And I felt really seen in this fic especially, where she was like, "Yeah, Ron made me feel like a piece of shit."
Mhm.
Because of my body didn't look like how it was when I was malnourished on the run
My God.
during 7th year, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" And I love that Draco said, "Thick with 2 C's." I love it. And then I love how the fic too, where it goes kind of flips a little bit and it goes back to rom-com,
Mhm.
where Narcissa is like, "Lucius," like, she is standing 10 toes down, and she's like, "Lucius, if he goes to Azkaban again, I'm out." She's like,
Mhm.
"You need to grow up." And then at the same time, I also like in fics where Hermione's parents also kind of have an arc they need to go through to, like, forgive her and understand,
Yeah.
like, kinda like in Measure of a Man where, like, she's not really close with her parents, but they're here and they exist. And one of my favorite scenes in this fic is when, I have 2. When it's Hermione's parents and Draco's parents are there for, like, Christmas dinner, and Lucius is, like, trying to tussle, and everybody keeps humbling Lucius until he's like, "You know what? Yeah, I'm being kinda dumb. They're pretty cool." And then when they and spoiler alert, they get pregnant and they're in, like, the Muggle hospital. I love the scenes in the with the Muggle doctors in the hospital, and Lucius is trying to wear, like, wizard's dress robes to go and check, like it's like I forgot what the appointment's called, but it's, like, the appointment where you can find out, like, the gender of the baby.
Mhm.
And and he's all, like, purebred, like, "What in the world?" Like, where they're, like, putting the jelly on her tummy
You're
and
like,
the
"Oh,
ultrasound.
Lord."
It's so freaking cute, and I feel like this one has a lot of, like, funny moments, especially
Yeah.
after they kinda get over the hurdle of, like, kinda taking down the ministry.
Yeah.
And then something I thought was really sweet, when you read this fic, make sure you're reading, like, the author's notes, because I think before the real book, she made a big effort to be like, "This fic is" can't remember, like, what chapter it was, but she said, like, "This fic is for, like, the first-time moms, this fic is for" and, I mean, like, we're not moms, but I still thought it was really precious because I do have a lot of friends that are moms,
Mhm.
and she's like, "This Hermione is kind of like a self-insert," and I was like,
Stop, I'll cry. My
I
best friend's
love
pregnant
that
right now, and she lives in Michigan, so I don't get to see her a lot, and she's pregnant. And yesterday she found out the gender of her baby. She got, like, the test results in, and because I couldn't be there for the gender reveal, she sent me, like, the login information, and I got to log in and see it before anybody else, like, before she ever knew, so I got to be the first person that knew. And she's having a
That's
girl, and
sweet.
I'm so excited.
Girl
We're gonna
party,
have
girl
another little
party.
niece. I know, I'm like, "Oh my God, I can't wait to spoil the hell out of her." I'm so freaking excited, and that was such a special thing, so I'm very emotional about mothers right now. I'm like
Literally, literally. Well, I'm on my period too, and I always have baby dreams on my period, and I'm like, this fic is going crazy right now.
mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's literally so good, and I feel like this Draco is such a great, like, I low-key wanna have, like, Mr. Madeline read it a little bit, and I'll be like, "Hey, but, like, this if we ever get
Act like this.
to have a kid, like, this is pretty right here is pretty good," kinda thing. Because I feel like he handled it really good. This Draco was so freaking he was patient, but that doesn't mean he wasn't, like, confused and a little dumb. Like, oh
Yeah.
my word,
He had
he was
no
so
idea what was
precious.
going on, but he was happy to be there.
And I thought it was so funny too. There's like all the scenes where he meets with Hermione's like OBGYN and he's like a really handsome young doctor. And he's like, what the fuck?
Right.
And he has like a weird macho jealousy, but then they end up becoming tight. And I think
That's
it's
so
really
funny.
sweet.
One of my favorite Dracos is a Draco that is just like has no idea what's going on. He's so
Yes.
lost. He's so
So
like
clueless.
overwhelmed by all of it, but he's just happy to be there. He's like, "Okay,
He's so happy to be
great.
there.
This is yeah, okay,
Yes.
sure." And I
Yes.
feel like that's this Draco, the entire fic. He's just like, "Okay,
Well, and
great."
this Hermione and Draco was really funny too because I think they're like 22 or something like that, and like they're like early 20s.
Mhm.
And this is a virgin Hermione and a virgin
My
Draco, so there was like an
favorite.
extra level of like sweet rom-com energy, and I just thought it was precious.
Yeah.
It was so freaking cute. Okay, so yeah, there's a little plot summary for y'all, kind of thing. Oh my gosh. And okay, one of the reasons that I was like, okay, we have to do this fic is because this is one of those Dramione elopement scenes. And
Mhm. I love.
Madeline and Mr. Maddie, we eloped. So,
No.
so I'm like, I need elopement representation.
Yeah. Something
And
I
I
love
just,
a fic where
so funny.
they just do something for themselves. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
I think it's so expected of both of them to have a big wedding. And so
Yeah.
especially if it's a scene where they like still do have a wedding, but they elope first or something like you know what I mean?
It's cute.
I love when they choose to do something for themselves like that.
Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. My favorite scene and the funniest scene kinda go,
Mhm.
like, hands in hand, and I love this, like, trope in, like, fics and trad pubs where, like, the FMC is explaining menstruation, explaining PMS,
Yeah.
explaining literally anything having to do with, like, women's reproductive health, and there's so many times in this story where Hermione is like, okay, I'm just gonna read it. She goes, Draco Malfoy, tell me what a period is. And he goes, a punctuation mark that denotes the end of a sentence, as you know. And she goes, huh? And he goes, what you are talking about is monthlies, and that refers to the days of a month where a witch can't perform her marital duties. It makes her cranky and crave chocolate, generally Belgian over Swiss. Like all throughout this story
He
where
is
you're
so funny. I
so
feel like
funny.
I love his
I
like
love this trope.
I just think, like, from what we know of the wizarding world and, like, of, like, wizarding society, but especially pureblood society, they are so sheltered, so it makes
So
sense
sheltered.
that this is not something that they would have been taught about, and that, like,
Not a bit.
sex in general would have been presented to them as this, like, thing they have to do, right? As it's like it's your
Yes.
marital duties, right? So, him just being so clueless about it and knowing, like,
Mhm.
literally the bare minimum makes so much sense because I really do think that in, like, that kind of way, he would have been sheltered, like, sex is what you
Yes.
do to make an heir, and that's it. That's all you get to
Yes.
know. That's all you need to know.
Yes. Yes. And then there's like the scene where like Lucius is like this is when Lucius is on his redemption arc and it's beautiful. And it's so funny because Draco lets it slip up that him and like Hermione are virgins and Lucius is like, how? You are whatever years old. And he's like, when was I supposed to do that? When I was repairing that cabinet?
When I was
When
literally in the war? I
I
don't know if
was
you
in
missed that part.
and I was like, he got you there. He got you there. Golly, that was so funny. Favorite quote? Bruh. Okay. I have another one too. That was really funny. This is when Hermione and Draco are in their horny era. And there's a scene. And she gets home from work or whatever. And he's like pacing like the flu parlor area. And he just like starts making out with her. And Narcissa comes in and is like, excuse me, take it upstairs, please. And he's like, we're working. And he goes, we're working on it, mother. And she goes, faster, please. Nobody wants to see side characters in this fic were awesome, especially because I love how like Harry, Lucius, and Molly were like redeeming themselves. The scene where Harry's like, me and Hermione can talk without getting caught. And he's like, what do you mean? And Harry lets it slip how for years Harry and Hermione have, when they don't want people to overhear them, they just speak in Disney. references. And like when they're trying to do the escape plot, and it's like Hermione is Belle.
I love this whole section at the beginning. They are both, like we already said, they were, on the run from their weddings or whatever, and they had to, like, hide out for 24 hours, basically. And Hermione told Draco to hide in the Muggle world and, like, even told him which hotel to go to, which is so funny. And this dumbass listened to her. He was just like, yeah, sure, sounds accurate. Why would she lie?
Got nothing to lose.
Why would she lie to me? And then they start sending owls back and forth between their two respective hotels. And Hermione's, like, barricaded in her hotel room because Ron and Harry are trying to get her out and get her, like, married before the, like, law goes into effect or whatever. And they're writing letters back and forth. And then Draco starts sending her room service so that she has something to eat. And this is the part that I had highlighted. Basically, he, like, jokingly proposes to her. And then she replies, I'll just read this whole section because
it's so good.
It's so good. They're talking about, she's like, she turns him down originally, and she's like, no, because I'm terrified of what our kids would think. And he's like, no, they'd be great. What do you mean? And she says, I rather think that they would have my brains combined with your arrogance and turned into annoying little shits, actually. Yes, even more annoying than you are. Since you have now asked me twice, let me be perfectly clear. Fuck off, Malfoy. Your highest and best use at the moment is keeping me fed and watered, not arranging an elopement. In light of that, I would like to get back on track. I will teach you to use a remote control. In exchange, you will send me a BLT for lunch. And he replies, yes, ma'am, I would never dream of disobeying you. The gasp I gasped when I read that. I was like, yes, ma'am.
And little does she know.
Also, at this point in time, he doesn't even know her. They've had, like, one serious conversation. And that's it. And he says, yes, ma'am, I would never dream of disobeying you. Period. Put him in his place. Yes. Walk him like a dog, girl. Period.
Yeah. Before the real book, I swear, she writes some of the funniest Dracos.
Yeah.
And the most
and Hermione
badass
too.
Hermione's.
Hermione's funny as hell. I'm like,
she's
period.
So funny. So funny. I can't. Like, I know, like...
Your high... What'd she say? She said your highest... Yeah, your highest and best used at the moment is keeping me fed and watered.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Hell yeah. They're just so funny. I really can't. I can't. Anyway, Sacramentum.
Okay. I love mydelphi so much.
This Draco was kind of like a loner.
Yeah. No, because after the war, he's like, I don't want to do anything with anybody. Like, they think Draco's just like a spoiled brat who's been running around and not contributing to society.
Let me tell you, the Sacramentum, Lucius, and Narcissa, they're built different.
They are. It's my favorite characterization of Narcissa and Lucius ever.
Yeah.
And everyone I know who's read this fic says the same thing, that this is their favorite Narcissa and Lucius. Everyone I know who's read it is like, yep, they're my favorite.
They are the best. And honestly, I feel like this is so dumb, but I'm like low-key taking notes where I'm like, okay, if I'm a mom, I kind of want to be like this Narcissa. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I'm taking notes here.
So basically, the idea is that Hermione needs funding for things, for her political projects. She has no intentions of being with anybody. She has no intentions of getting married. She has no intentions of, starting a life with somebody. She doesn't want it. She's like, no, I'm busy. I got shit going on, right?
And booked busy.
She's like, I don't have time for that. And Draco has not been seen by the world in years. He's in hiding. Like, he's at home, he's pouting, he's throwing a tantrum. He doesn't want the world to recognize him as a person, right? And so that brings us to where we are, where they agree to get married to help each other out. Because otherwise, he's going to jail, right? They're like, I need to change the public opinion of me. And the best way to do that is for the golden girl to marry me, right? And Lucius kind of orchestrates this whole thing where he's like, I will heal your parents and give them their memories back if you marry Draco. And Hermione's like, yeah, sure, why not? Let's do it. I don't see why not. Worse things have happened. And so we get into this whole thing.
And they have so much chemistry.
They have so much chemistry. But something that it's done so well, because even though Hermione goes into it like of her own accord and she wants to do it, they spend a lot of time making sure that she's like actually genuinely okay with this. And one of the ways that they do that is by like, Draco's like, before we get married, we're taking Veritaserum and we're talking this out. And she's like, yes, okay. But the whole Veritaserum scene is so like, so funny. It's so good. It's so like,
And then when Hermione realizes later on, she's like, he's an occluments. Like, he can resist Veritaserum. Like, what the heck? He was telling me, was he telling me the truth? What is he like? What in the world? And I ate it up. And then, like, when they go, like, because she's such, like, a socialite and stuff, where she'll go and, like, manipulate the media because she can't go anywhere without, like, being photographed and paparazzi'd and everything, and it's like, someone sent Hermione Granger flowers to work.
Yeah.
Hermione Granger's looking at a wedding dress longingly.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what's happening?
And two, I think,
And
like,
I'm like, I would have ate it up.
this is
I
one
would have
of
ate it up.
the most romantic fics that I've ever read. And the whole time, Hermione is like, he's faking it now. It's
Yep.
just for an act. But, like, so when he finally proposes to her, right, he does it privately. Like, it's just them. There's nobody else there, whatever. And the whole time, Hermione's like, it's just part of the act. He's just doing it because we have to. Just because this is part of the agreement. Like, he doesn't really want to. Bitch, he did it privately. He could have done it in front of everyone. He could have made a big deal of it. He could have made sure that the media was there, that the photographer saw it happen. But he proposed to you privately, girl. I don't know.
Literally. And then
also, by that point, I think
too.
they haven't had sex yet, but they've done things. So I'm like, nah, he's in deep at that point.
Like, babe, he likes you quite a bit. And I love how it's like a lot of their friends, like Jenny and stuff, is like they don't know what's going on yet. That it was kind of like an arranged marriage type of thing. And they don't really know. But they're like, wow, y'all's chemistry is crazy. I can't believe I didn't see it before. Like, yeah, this is perfect. And you're like, now, great, keep telling them that, because they need some help believing it. And then when I'm skipping ahead a little bit too, but like when they're trying to, prepare.
Oh, sorry.
What happened?
I'm clicking through my reactions to things, and I forgot about the conversation he has with Lucius the night before he leaves. And this is the quote. He says,
hold her.
He says, leave the light on just enough that you can spend hours memorizing her face. It might be one of the first things you forget about her. And Azkaban. This fic is sad. Why are we talking about this?
Lucius went to Azkaban too, and so he missed his Narcissus. Oh my god! Hey guys, let me pick it up. Take it down. You're gonna make me cry. I need to laugh so I don't cry. Okay. Okay. Oh god.
I said, one of the things I said, I feel like I was inadequately prepared for how sad this was going to get.
Yep. And then on the flip side too, like right before that part, where Hermione is head over heels in love with him, but they haven't necessarily like said I love you, like super, and she goes, Draco, go be with your parents. She's a better woman than me. She is a better woman than me. I don't know if I would have been able to do that. But because he was going to spend the whole time with her before he went off to Azkaban. And she goes, no, go be with your parents.
They're just
and then the parents turn around and are like, go be with Hermione.
So
and you're
in
like,
love in this one.
Oh my god. And then, I'm sorry, when he gets her that cat.
Oh my god.
When he gets her that cat.
Oh my god. And then the way the cat acts the whole time. He's gone. I fucking hate you. We should. This is embarrassing. My Delphi's gonna love this.
My Delphi, if you're watching it, listen to us right now. What the fuck was that?
We're supposed to be talking about the happy parts, and my brain is like, oh my god.
They went on that honeymoon, and he knew the whole time, as soon as they went back home, he would be arrested. But he gave her the best honeymoon. And then there's that fucking cat.
I hate it here. I hate it here. Mom, come pick me up.
And then I wanted to punch Harry James Potter in the fucking face and break his glasses when he's like, Hermione, I'm so sorry. Hermione, I'm so sorry. He redeemed himself. But I was like, do what now? I was like, my Delphi, you are sick in the head, because this is so beautiful. And this is the fic where he's in Azkaban and he starts like occluding so hard he imagines the next like 50 years of their life.
Yeah,
that's that one. It's that one.
Yeah. Why did we pick this? This is sad.
Because it's so fucking good at the same time.
With us?
Okay, can I tell you though?
We're fucked in the head.
We're fucked in the head. Most romantic scene though is definitely where like Hermione's helping him like clean up from Azkaban and stuff. That was crazy. Like the dialogue and what was said and what wasn't said. Holy cow. This is such like a slow burn, but it's not a slow burn.
Yeah.
But it's also, you know what I mean?
Oh my gosh. You know what? No, we're wrong. The most romantic scene is the scene where he gives her flowers and telling her what the flowers mean or whatever. It says, the lily of the valley is an unusual choice. a flower, but romantic nonetheless. It signifies the return of happiness. You know what? You know what? mydelphi, you're on my fucking list. Okay? You're on my list. This is a threat.
I swear.
You're on my fucking list. Actually, I'm mad. Actually, this was supposed to be fluff and happy and good. And now I'm upset.
It is fluff and happy and good.
I think too, it hits really hard as somebody who's in a relationship that, like, we went through a lot of shit to get where we are. And so I get it. Like, I get it. And it just makes, like, having to go through so much really solidifies the love that you have for somebody. And, like, the fact that no matter what happens, you want to be there for that person. And him being constantly like, you know, if you don't want to wait for me in Azkaban, I understand. If you want to find somebody else, I understand. And she doesn't. She never ever thinks like, I'm going to leave him and find somebody else and be happy ever. She never has that thought. She patiently, she waits and she waits and she waits and she waits and she fights. And she's like, no, we're going to get you out of there. Even when he has like lost all hope and he thinks that nobody's coming for him.
Yeah. And then when he makes her like the heir,
oh
and
my God, and doesn't fucking tell her.
And then when you find out that like he got stuff, so if she wants to do like IVF or something, you know,
he plans it all out. He the time and the care and the, like everything he does is for her, and he does not care that he's going to Azkaban because he's upset that he's going to Azkaban. He cares because it's putting her in a position to be uncomfortable, and he does everything he can to prepare everything to be set up for her. And Lucy is helping him with that entire process, and being completely on board is the most beautiful thing that I've ever heard of. Like, not only do they like Hermione, but they take her in literally like she's one of their own. Like they are so supportive of Hermione. They're so supportive of everything that Hermione wants to do. Narcissa helps her start a whole fucking business because she's like, no, they're not valuing you. Like, what the fuck do you mean? And like, just before Draco even admits that he's in love with her, Lucius and Narcissa are so on board, and they are from pretty much the very beginning. They're like, we're going to help you with whatever you need to. And so then whenever Draco goes to Azkaban, Lucius is like, we're going to set up everything however you want it.
You're
because
still our
she's
family.
Our family. That's our daughter-in-law. That's our baby girl. Like, they are so on board. And it's just such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful representation of family.
I don't know if we gave off the vibes that Sacramentum is the most romantic piece of literature ever written in the entire world, but I hope we did.
It's so beautiful. It's so good. I yearn.
So freaking good. I yearn.
All right. Well,
okay, so that was our arranged marriage.
Right.
With a beautiful happily ever after.
Right. Beautiful. Stunning. Love her.
Now we have, so I don't even know what to call Remain Nameless, because it is like,
I think it's pretty traditional.
It's a typical
traditional
like that. It's a traditional love story.
So,
traditional love story.
I need you guys to be proud of me and everybody say, yay, Millie, and clap your hands.
Yay!
Because I read this fic and I got 75% through it. And then I put it down for like 6 months. And I don't know why. I was just like I was not in the right headspace for it. I think I was going through a lot of stuff in life. And so I had it in my head that I didn't like this fic. Not because it was like, I didn't think it was bad. Like, I liked everything that I'd read, but I just was like, no, it wasn't for me. I just didn't like it. And then the other day, Maddie and I were talking about it a few weeks ago. And she was like, oh, well, what about this scene and this scene and this scene and this scene? And every single time I was like, no, I loved that scene. No, I really liked that. No, I loved that. And then I was like, why do I think I don't like this fic? What is wrong with me? So I picked it up and then I devoured the rest of it because I do, in fact, really like Remain Nameless. I think I was just I had a lot of stuff going on in my personal life at the time that I was reading it. And so I think I like attached that to reading this fic. But I really, now that I've like gone back through and, you know, we talked through like everything that I'd already read up until that point, I really like this fic. I gave her a little so good. I was like, wait a minute. Wait, I loved every bit of this. It's so beautiful.
It's so good.
Anyway,
and I feel like Remain Nameless has one of the funnest OCs. Like, I love Sasha. Mm-hmm. She's so fun. She is so fun.
Well,
so what is Remain Nameless about? What's it? Well, what happens in it?
So Draco kind of takes refuge in the Muggle world post-war, and he goes to this little cafe all the time, right? And he goes every single morning. It's like his routine, right? He's going through a lot in the beginning of this fic. Like, he's coping. He's going to therapy. He's got all this stuff. And his
He's
routine
sad.
his
He's
routine
sad.
is, like, very important to him and his healing process, and so every single day, he does the same thing, like, Monday through Friday, he gets up, he goes to this cafe, right? And he's it's a muggle cafe, so he's never met anybody there, he's never seen anybody, and then one day, fucking Hermione Granger shows up, and he's like, "What are
Is
you
mine.
doing? This is my spot. What are you doing?" And he's, like, really upset about it at first. He's like, "Hold on, you don't get to be here, this is where I am." And then, chaos ensues, and they start to go and sit together and they order together, and like at first
So sweet.
they just like tolerate each other, like both of them are like,
Mhm.
"Why are you here? This is my place."
Mhm.
And then he finds himself looking forward to seeing her and wanting to be around her and like getting there earlier so that he can wait and be around, like, be there when she gets there. And
I just think, like, this is such a fun fic too, because it's a little bit more unique when it comes to, like, their careers and their life paths,
mhm
where, like, Hermione is doing really good, like, with her career, but, like, socially, not so much, and, like, Draco's kind of in the same spot and everything,
mhm
but even worse. And I think it's such a fun in my opinion, it's a slow burn, but it's a slow
yeah.
burn in the way where it's, like, strangers to friends
I
to
wouldn't even say
lovers.
slow burn as much as like he falls fast and he falls hard, and
Yes, but they don't talk about
she
it.
does too, but neither of them acknowledges it, and I think it's
No.
partly to do with the fact that he is so repressive of anything that makes him happy. He thinks
Yeah.
he doesn't deserve it, and he really thinks he doesn't
So
deserve her. And so even though they both are
yes,
like madly in love, both of them are like, "We
madly.
can't have this. We can't do this." Even though they literally are, like they keep doing it anyway, but both of them mentally are
Yes.
like, "Mm-mm, we can't do this. Like this is a bad idea."
Mm-mm. You're so and then I think it's, like, the jealousy and the protectiveness that this
Mhm.
Draco shows, like, where this like, immediately, like, off the bat, he's like, "Where's your kids? Where's your husband, Ron?" Like,
Yeah.
like and she's like, "Dude, we've been broken up for years." Like,
Yeah.
and it's like and she's like, "Aren't you supposed to be, like, married
Yeah.
with a kid?" And, like, they keep making all these assumptions about each other, and, like, none of them is true,
It's such a fun
and
process watching them,
start
like, relearn each other, yeah, like, they both have and I think that's something really nice too. I feel like a lot of the time, we get a Hermione who thinks she knows everything about Draco, but not as often do we get a Draco that thinks that he knows everything about Hermione,
Yeah.
and so I think both of them have these really, really, like, strong opinions on what the other one is supposed to be like right now and what their lives was supposed to turn out like, and neither of their lives has
Mm,
turned out the way that anybody thought they would. And
right.
so they both get the chance to relearn each other and themselves through
Yes.
that process. Like I think they both learn a lot about themselves through, the process of learning each other. And I think that's really beautiful.
Yeah, and I bruh, one of my favorite parts in this okay, this is probably, like, the funniest parts to me, is when they are, like, introducing each other to each other's, like, friends, if that you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, when Hermione meets Theo, when Draco meets, like, Harry and Jenny, and also, I love the Jenny in this Jenny is probably my favorite
Yeah.
side character in this one.
She's such a good
Such a
Jenny.
good Jenny! Oh my gosh, and she's so, like honestly, I think that Jenny kinda heals him too in a weird
I
way,
think so.
you know what
Yeah.
I mean? That Harry, that Ron, that Molly Weasley, 'cause
Yeah.
if you haven't read this story, this is not a supportive narcissist, and, like,
No.
I think,
This is
so,
such
like,
an opposite of Sacramentum. We like really went full
No,
360.
no, literally, and so it's like
180.
this,
360 would be a
this is
circle.
no, literally, 360 when you're in the music, whatever you see. Anyway, but I think this is probably my favorite Weasley family.
Yeah.
Just the way that they almost adopt him too,
Yeah.
and so precious, so sweet. And I think it's just so important because in this story, especially, I feel like Hermione's parents almost give him a harder time than the Weasleys do,
Yeah,
which I think is
definitely.
kind of interesting because the Weasleys have a little bit more oomph and
Yeah.
say to give him a harder time. And I think I don't know, I just really like those parallels, you know what
Yeah.
I mean? And then, oh my gosh, one of the funniest scenes though too is when him and Theo get like super hella wasted and they're like buying up the flower shop
Yeah.
for the girls.
No, they just I think that's such a, like, it's funny because it's so accurate. Like, they would. They absolutely
They would do
would.
that.
They just I feel like you get 1 ounce of alcohol in them, and they are immediately like, "We're rich. What are we gonna do about it?"
Mhm. And what about it?
You know what girls like?
Oh my
Flowers.
bruh. And then also, this is kind of like I think this is kind of all especially like a Sacramentum and kind of a before the real books type of Hermione. I really like it when a Hermione is a little bit of like a girly girl.
Yeah.
I really like
I
that.
think we both do. We always
And
pick fics where they are
we
a little girly girl because I resonate.
I resonate too. And I love in this story too where Hermione has scene when she's in Paris at like Fleur and Jenny's favorite lingerie
Yes.
shop. And she's like, and she's like, wait, I am gorgeous. Wait, this is
Period.
fun. And I just love her like having that confident baddie moment.
Yeah.
And then obviously Draco loves it too. But
Yeah.
honestly, I was like, I love
I
that.
like
Oh,
the way it's written because it's not written in a way that it feels like it's for Draco. Like, it is a little bit,
no,
but it is mostly for Hermione to feel good about herself
Hermione.
and to feel pretty and feel sexy. And I think, like, the entire scene is written so,
I want to go to that store.
yeah, like, body
I want
positive. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I love that. Oh my gosh. And then I also think it was super sweet too. Favorite scenes too. They're very like the Dramione is pretty established, but it's right before they get engaged. And I'm trying to remember why, but the pretense is they're having a fun little sexy time moment. And like he's like pretty much naked and she has his like button up shirts, okay? And Harry comes into the flu and is like
Yeah.
so funny. Oh my gosh. And then the scene, oh my gosh, we're talking about a lot of kid fics, incidentally, coincidentally today.
Yeah.
And I think the another scene that's so sweet is when James is born.
Oh my God.
And
Stop. This is my favorite quote. And I
I'm
know
ready.
that, like, because we're talking happily ever afters, we should be talking like Draco Hermione. But I think it's important, and something that's like really focused on this fic is not just Draco Hermione, but the fact that they all went through so much traumatizing shit as kids, and
Yeah.
like everybody's made it out on the other side, and everybody's happy, and like everybody's found their person and started their life and whatever. And this quote from when James is born like really stuck out with me. And I'll just read the whole little thing. It says Hermione sat in the chair beside
Oh.
Ginny's bed, and the four of them took a few minutes to simply bask in the aura of this tiny wonder and all of the hope he inspired. Harry left to fetch Draco and Padma at Ginny's insistence, but Hermione couldn't tear her eyes away from the angelic sleeping child in her arms. And then this is the part that really gets me. She says, inside her heart, she unleashed a desperate stream of wishes for baby James, that he never know suffering or pain or loneliness like his father, that he have the strength, wit, and sense of humor of his mother, that he have the endless capacity for love and kindness of them both. And it made me cry so hard when I read that because she's like, I want all of the best parts of both of your parents for you, but I also want to make
Mhm.
sure that all of the shit that we went through and everything that we fought through, everything we fought for is for this baby, right? Like whether Hermione has a
Yeah.
baby or not, whether Ron has a baby or not, Harry does. And everything that they went through is for this moment, for Ginny and Harry to get to have a child, for Harry to get to have a family, and for that baby to grow up and not have to go through any of that, right? And I think it's
Right.
so beautifully written that she's not thinking like, oh, I hope he, makes a lot of friends. Oh, I hope he has the life that we had. Oh, I hope he makes friendships like we made in each other.
Yeah.
But just, I hope he doesn't have to go through, the suffering that his father did. I hope that he doesn't ever know a life without the love that we've shown Harry. And it's
Mhm.
so, so beautiful. And I think that's important, right? Like we're talking happy ever after. And it's
Yes.
just about
So
the wedding
sweet.
and the marriage and that kind of thing. But again,
It's not about Hermione's happily ever after.
it's about
It's
everybody.
everyone's.
It's about them all finding, that peace that they deserve and everything that they've gone through to get there.
Mhm. And I remember the part where Hermione's kind of like explaining how she was like a little not I don't know if insecure is the right word, but she's like, wow, like she was sitting there and she's like, everyone has like a significant other kind of but me. And she was thinking about how
I know.
the Weasleys kind of gave Padma a little bit of a hard time when she first
Mhm.
entered the family, but Padma was super resilient and just
Yeah.
didn't care. She was there for Ron. And then when
Which is what
Padma
they needed,
noticed
like they weren't. The
exactly.
thing is that Hermione and Ron is what
Yeah.
everybody expected, but they weren't good for each
Mhm.
other in that way. And Padma
Mm-mm.
was. Padma was ready to be that
Yes.
person for Ron.
Yes. And then when Padma is, like, bonding with George, like, outside of Ron, George was,
Mhm.
like, the first person that she became besties with, and then, like, Padma went to, like, use the bathroom or something, and George was, like, hella depressed, obviously, since he was, like, in his depressive state after Fred and everything, and George is like, "Ron, if you don't marry her, you're an idiot."
Yeah.
And everybody's like, "Wait, George." But it's so freaking cute. This is honestly this was my first fluffy fic.
Yeah.
Dramione I ever not fluffy, but my first, like, because when I first started Dramione, I, like, started with Manicold, and then after that, I did, like, Auction. After that, I did, like,
Right.
Secrets and Masks, like,
Right.
I was like, "Oh, Jesus," and then I
The
did
depressing
Breakfast Battle
triathlon.
Scars. Literally, then I did Isolation, like, and then I read Remain Nameless, and I was like, "Whoa, this is healing me.
I have been
This
reading
is
listen,
healing me."
I think that
So this one's so special.
I don't know if it's just because of the engagement or I don't know, but almost all month I've only been reading fluff, even prior
Yeah.
to well, it was prior to the engagement really, but
She's in
like
her he it's also summer.
that's true, maybe it is. I don't know, I really, really only read angst, and I've read a lot of really happy shit lately.
I'm
Like,
so proud of you.
because we started
I'm
with
so
Pride
proud of
Month, and so
you.
then I was reading a lot of Happily Ever After Pride Month stuff, and then we moved into this, and so, like,
Mhm.
I've really just been reading a lot of fluff recently, and I'm not mad about it, but I am also really excited for, like, the first fall rainy day for a thunderstorm to read
Yep.
something that makes me cry my eyes out, like, I can't wait.
Yep. Yep. You're not wrong, you're not wrong.
So, do we want to go into some, like, just general wedding talk? I feel like that could be fun.
No.
Okay, so I feel like we could talk about like some Hermione wedding like must-haves, some Draco wedding must-haves, and then like Maddie and Millie's wedding must-haves.
Say less.
Okay.
Say less. Okay, what do you think a Hermione wedding must-have would be?
I think it's a complicated scale for Hermione because I think she has like a very vivid picture of her wedding,
Mhm.
but it's not over the top, but it's very like planned out. You know what I mean? Like it's probably
Mhm.
going to be a smaller wedding,
I
but
can see that.
she wants the perfect dress and she wants the perfect cake and she wants the
I
perfect flowers.
can see
But then
that.
also like the day of, she's not going to care. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
I feel like she's going to take it
Mhm.
really really seriously and be like down to the wire like focused and like stressing herself out about things. And then the wedding's going to roll around the morning of and she's going to be in bliss and not care about any of it.
Yes. Well, okay. My Hermione wedding must-have is a little bit of a hot take.
Mhm.
Little bit. Little bit of a hot take. Okay. I feel like in a lot of fics where Hermione's having a wedding, right? She either doesn't do bridesmaids,
Mhm.
but also maybe this is a cultural thing. Maybe this is an American thing and Hermione's a British queen, so I don't know. But Hermione would have a bridal party. I'm sorry.
Ginny's her maid of honor.
She Jenny's maid of like and the rest we can figure this out, but Hermione needs
Yeah.
someone who's gonna talk her down, someone who's gonna do crowd control,
Absolutely.
someone who's gonna be able to read her mind. Like, does
Yeah.
that make sense? I'm like, Hermione in my head canon, she's gonna have a bridal party.
No, I agree.
She's gonna have a bridal party, but also, I don't know, maybe bridal party is, like, a little bit more of a cultural
I
thing, and
don't
that's
know.
why I don't see it as much.
But yeah.
But
No, I think so too.
that's my headcanon,
Yeah. I agree.
'cause she can't do it all.
And what
Ooh,
about a Draco wedding?
a Draco wedding must-have? Okay. I feel like he's gonna be big on, like, wedding jewelry. Does that make sense? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like he's gonna be the type who's gonna go out of his way to find, like, special wedding cufflinks, the special engagement, the special wedding band,
He
like,
like
the
shifted through the vaults for that, right? He was
he
like, this
he
is the necklace you're wearing, this is the ring you're wearing, and here's why they matter to me and why it's important that
Yes.
you wear them. And he like really
Yes.
put some thought and care into the things he chose for it. Yeah.
Yes. I think he's gonna go all out on that. And oh, side note too, look, I wore my wedding pearls today, guys,
She's like,
for
speaking of wedding
this
jewelry,
eps.
look what I
Thinking,
have.
wait,
They're
and oh
beautiful.
my gosh, so beautiful. I also love in
Tell them,
like
wait,
Fics.
pause.
What?
This is important.
What?
Tell them why you
Tell me.
wore your wedding pearls, Maddie.
Oh my
Tell
gosh,
them why.
y'all are gonna freaking die. So I was telling Mr. Madeline, I was like, oh, this is what we're doing for this episode, blah, 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 blah. And then like flash forward, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go record. Bye, love you. And he goes, wait, wait, wait. Why don't you put on your wedding jewelry? And I said, I did. And he goes, no, like your wedding pearls. I said, mwah. Okay, good
Mwah.
idea. Good idea.
Precious.
He knows, guys. He knows. Oh my God.
I love
said,
that.
thank you,
I
sweet
love
boy.
that so much.
I about cried and I said, yep, yep, yep. Because he knows. He knows. But that's what you know what I mean? Like you can see Draco. You can see Draco like the little things
Yeah.
I can see him doing.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I
But
think
also I can see Draco being like, we need to invest in a photographer.
Yeah.
Because I think that would kind of blow his mind a little bit too.
Yeah. Okay. And what is Maddie's wedding must have?
Well, okay, so Maddie's wedding must-haves was kind of funny because we eloped, but we didn't plan to elope. It was just kind of crazy. Y'all ask me about it later, and I'll tell you this tea later. But Maddie's big wedding must-have was she wanted a nice dress. And like veil and stuff like that, you know what I mean? And so my dress was made by like an Etsy seamstress, and the veil was like a literally Etsy's sponsored like the whole thing. It was really fun. Because I was like, and I already had the dress and the veil when I found out we weren't gonna have like a wedding. And so I was like, you know what? I don't really care. And it was just and I like look at it and I'll like put it on sometimes.
No.
And, just to, like, walk around the house a little bit. But for some reason, that was, like, really important to me
Yeah.
because I was just like, I don't even know. Like, I dreamt of it, and I really wanted it, and I got it, and I'm just really happy. That was, like, my little wedding must
Yeah.
have. Like, Say Yes to the Dress
No, I
was my
feel like oh my
babysitter.
God.
So
I fucking love Say Yes to the Dress. We were watching it yesterday and I was like, I love this show. Something that I've
yeah,
noticed is that like I feel like I used to have a lot more opinions on the wedding, and now that there's a ring on
correct,
my finger, I'm like,
correct.
I just want to be married. Like I'm like whatever happens, happens, you know? Like I used to be
Yes,
so opinionated. I had like the detailed
canon event.
Pinterest board,
The
like
Pinterest
that I
board.
had since I was 12 years old. I was like, it needs to look exactly like this. And now I'm just like, yeah, it'll be pretty no matter what. And I just
Mhm.
want to be married. I just want to be a wife, and like I'm fine with whatever.
Oh.
But I agree that my dress is like a very important to me. And we are thinking
Yeah,
oh my God, this is gonna get me canceled. We're thinking of having 2 weddings.
I love it.
It's
I
a
love
whole
it.
thing. But I am gonna have 2 wedding dresses because
I love it when people
they're
also
just
change their dresses
yeah.
throughout the night.
Well, so yeah, that's the thing. We want to get married. We want to have like a destination wedding, right? But
Mm,
it's very important to me that my family and my friends can come. And I know that there's a lot of
mhm,
people who won't be able to. And so
mhm.
we're also going to do a smaller, like more intimate thing in my hometown. And so like the vibe's different, right? Like I need like the destination
Right.
wedding dress and then something quainter and whatever. So but that's kind of like I
I
guess
love
that's what's the most
that.
important to me about my wedding is that like I want it to be with the people that like I love and care about, and I want them there for
Oh,
like both iterations of that. So,
I love that.
Maddie, are you coming to
I
the
think
wedding?
duh.
Duh.
I'm coming to literally
You're
I'm
like
coming to
both.
all the bachelorette
You're like, I'm
parties.
coming to literally everything. I've booked my
I'm coming to
tickets.
literally everything. Booked my
You're like, I
tickets,
don't know when the
PTO
dates are, but
secured.
we're going.
Literally.
I know. I feel bad. I feel bad as like a bride. I'm like, listen, all your PTO you thought you had, you don't anymore. It's reserved for me. Thanks.
Exactly. Exactly. And also that's the fun thing too is like, I don't know, when you have multiple things, it's like, oh, I can't make it to the engagement party, but oh, I can make it to your
Yeah.
bachelorette
I feel
party.
like
Or like,
that's kind of the
I
point
like
of
that
having multiple
the
things too, right?
options.
Is that like not
Yeah.
everybody's going to be able to come to this date, but if I have multiple things, then you can come to one or the other or both or whatever you can make happen.
Mhm. Or like
I'm
you might
excited.
not be able to come to anything, but I want to put your announcement on my refrigerator
Yeah,
and get you something on the registry.
exactly.
I love it.
Perfect. So I have like a list of would you rather questions here,
Oh my
and we
god.
can answer them
Iconic.
like about Dramione weddings, or we can, yeah, let's answer them about, should we
I
answer them
love
about
it.
like Dramione weddings and then also about like what we would want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's do it.
All right. So would you rather a Dramione wedding in like a ballroom or like a grand, like Malfoy Manor's ballroom or whatever, or like in a garden.
Ballroom, but with tasteful floral arrangements.
Right. Like very, very floral.
And big windows, I think.
Right.
What about you?
I think for Dramione ballroom, and I'm picturing specifically like the Beauty and the Beast ballroom scene. Like that's what I like. I need it to look like big windows, like dark outside, the stars are shining. Like you can see the constellations while they do their first dance. Like that's my Dramione vision of wedding.
I like that. I like that. I
Right.
like that. Ooh, winter or summer wedding.
It doesn't matter to me because they're inside.
That's fair enough. Fair
I'm
enough.
like,
I agree.
they're indoors. It doesn't matter.
I agree. Ooh, string quartet or live band?
Dramione a quartet, like definitely
Yeah.
orchestra.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I like seeing like the orchestra covers, or the orchestra does a cover.
Like a Bridgerton.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, give me everything tonight.
Yeah.
That's my favorite of the Bridgerton.
So like traditional, like just stick to the I do vows, or writing their own vows. I think both have their merit, right? Like
both have their merit.
but also Draco writing vows for Hermione.
So freaking cute.
Yeah.
So freaking cute. But also I love reading like when they're like I think like in Dead of Time, where they're with the weddings, with the marriage rites, and it's all like the scripted of the bonding ceremonies are super romantic too.
I do love a bonding ceremony. Yeah.
That's what, yes. Like so pretty. Ooh, black tie or cottagecore? Probably black tie.
Black tie for them, right? Cottagecore for me, but black tie for them.
Black tie. Yeah.
Would you rather Dramione elope or have like a big 200 guests, like everyone they've ever known wedding?
Okay. I really fuck with an elopement.
I know you do.
I'm biased. I'm biased though. But also like,
here's my thing.
Elopement.
I have this vision in my brain of them eloping, right? And every fic I've ever read where they've eloped, I've been like, oh. But also, I just feel like there's something so like Draco about him being like, let's invite everyone because I need everyone to see you become my wife. So our question of the month this month is, what is your Dramione wedding must have?
Let us know.
I want to know all your thoughts about what you think their wedding would look like. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here. Thank you for all the comments and things that we've gotten on the podcast, and all of your guys' support has been so wonderful. And then also thank you guys for all of your congratulations on my engagement. That's been crazy. So excited to be here. And make sure to follow us on all of our social media and keep up with us. We're at Hermione Would Approve on everything.
Yay! But really though, thank y'all so much for listening, because this is like the 3rd episode. Low-key didn't think we'd get here.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And I feel like things are slowly getting better.
No, I think we're getting more and more like sure of ourselves and understanding what we're doing and what we're, trying to accomplish with this. And I think that every episode, it's so fun to listen back to. I don't know if you do this, but I love to listen to our podcast. Like I've listened to the first 2 episodes so many times because I just really enjoy listening back to it. I'm like, we have so much fun doing this.
Like I low-key black out. I
know. I'm like, I don't remember what we talked. When I go to edit, I'm like, oh, that's funny. I don't remember talking about that.
No, same. We're wrap it up. All right.
Thank you for being here.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Love y'all.